Hello everyone, this is Sarah Tolbert-Hurysz, and this is my second video blog for ELPA 6872 at ETSU. And for this week's video blog, I have read an article that was published in the Chronicle of Higher Ed on June 2nd titled Social Media Imperils Scholarship, and it was written by Dr. Justin E.H. Smith, who is a professor of history and philosophy at the University of Paris. And I found this article very interesting. I began reading it with no intention of choosing it for this week's video blog, but it created so much curiosity in me and has had me pondering scholarship in higher education since I've read it. The genesis of Dr. Smith's article began when he was Googling himself and found that he had a profile on a social media platform called philpeople.org. And it had been a machine-generated profile, not one that he had created, and it concerned him. He reached out. The profile was deleted from the site, but he began thinking about social media and the impact it's having on scholarship in higher education. And so he advocates throughout the article really against social media and is concerned about the impact it's having on scholarship. I think he discusses the pressure that social media places on scholars just to have catchy topics and catchy information that may be rewarded with likes or reposts or retweets on social media. But he says that's not really the worst of it. It's not that pressure put on scholars to have catchy and interesting and popular topics. But he feels like the worst possibility is that scholars are going to be exploited and exhausted by this social media influence on their scholarship. There's a lot of labor involved in trying to get the rewards of the likes and kind of the popularity component of social media, which he's concerned about. But he also talks about a click, swipe, and rate economy and what impact that can have on scholars, combined with the pressures that scholars may have from junior scholars who may be using some social media platforms like academia.edu or some other sites to promote themselves because they don't have a position of tenure or a position where they're really being taken seriously by some other journals. So they're using a lot of social media and online opportunities to publish. But he says there's also pressure from administrators on tenured scholars to the use of metrics in social media as kind of a quick, countable way to determine the impact of the research, that he fears that administrators may be drawn to that. And two, he looks at the pressure that scholars may have just from their peers who are using some social media sources to promote their research. He thinks all of these pressures and the click, swipe, and rate nature of social media and the algorithms that it can force researchers into all could really lead to a lack of quality in research and in scholarship. And he advocates that scholars really don't participate in this social media type of information sharing of their scholarship. He thinks his real worry is that in this process of having the research out and the pressures of the social media component will damage the quality, will lead to a lack of seriousness in the review of research, and that eventual poor quality of research or desire just to get someone to like research and not really consider it with what he calls a humanistic inquiry could really could damage the movement of some fields to look at ideas and to consider what's happening. So I think it was a fascinating article, and it has me thinking. And as a community college instructor and administrator, I have not been deeply involved in tenure processes, nor have I done a lot of research that would be considered scholarship. So to have someone's perspective on this and to think about how social media may be negatively impacting or technology may be negatively impacting their work, that was really, really fascinating to think about. Hope everyone has a great week. Thank you.